Hola, hola, buenas noches. Estamos aquí trayéndole otra sesión de live. Hoy estamos de noche porque queremos hablar de iluminación. Seguimos aquí en casa, ya estamos casi listos para empezar a volver a la normalidad. Y bueno, estamos muy emocionados porque nos ha ayudado a ser un poquito más creativos y a traerles más información usando las redes sociales. De verdad que ha sido increíble cómo la vida nos ha cambiado a todos, pero siento yo que desde un punto de vista mundial, cada día las redes sociales nos hacen como que estar más cerca, a pesar de que las distancias siguen siendo las mismas. Hemos estado más en comunicación con ustedes, con nuestros clientes, con nuestros amigos, con nuestros fans. Y bueno, hemos escuchado muchas las recomendaciones que nos han dicho y siempre nos dicen, queremos conocer más del producto, queremos saber un poquito más, queremos entender la tecnología detrás de cada una de las cosas que estamos interesados en comprar. Y bueno, queremos instruirles y vaciar todo este conocimiento que hemos adquirido en más de 10 años que tenemos haciendo esto para ayudarlos, porque de verdad que nos divertimos haciendo un vehículo que cumpla con las necesidades. Y ahorita tuvimos la oportunidad, justo antes del tema de la pandemia, estuvimos en Honduras con el Jimny Challenge. El Jimny es un vehículo que ha sido súper popular en el mundo del 4x4 por muchas generaciones, pero Suzuki recientemente sacó la nueva versión del Jimny. En muchos países todavía no ha sido comercializado, pero en Centroamérica, específicamente en Honduras, el Jimny ha sido todo un éxito y estuvimos recientemente haciendo un Jimny Challenge. Así que les quiero compartir este video de los espectaculares paisajes de Honduras durante el Jimny Challenge.
Why do we crave to explore? To seek for adventure. Not to escape life, but to live it. We will soon return to overcome the next challenge. To explore this world and appreciate its beautiful landscapes. To indulge into various cultures. To wake up in beautiful destinations and taste the coffee. To learn from our ancestors and thrive to be better. We will soon return with more roco4x4 adventures.
Wow, guys, it's incredible. Every time I watch that video, I get goosebumps because, you know, one of the reasons why I personally started off-roading was because my brother took me out on a trip, and it was really cool how we kind of ran into this random group of people on the trails, and then all of a sudden those guys were still my friends. You know, like 12, actually no, like 14 years later, I still, you know, text with these people, and I've had the opportunity to wheel in multiple countries, and I call it like the off-road culture, because regardless, even with people that don't necessarily speak the same language, even though I try to, you know, finagle my way through, like, you know, like the off-road signals, but it's really incredible how off-roading brings people together. And that's what it's all about, right? You know, especially now during these hard times, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty, and you can just rely on you know, getting back out on the trails and getting that adrenaline rush and just hanging out with people. So today I wanted to talk about lights, because a lot of the times we find ourselves off-roading at night. And even though a lot of our videos and a lot of the experiences that, you know, most people have had are wheeling during the day, it's very important for vehicles to be equipped with LED lighting. And by the way, I know I started speaking in Spanish and now I'm speaking in English, so I'm going to toggle back and forth because we're still trying to figure this out. We don't know what language you prefer, so just put it in the comments and we'll figure it out. So, LED lights, right? So there's a lot of different brands out there, and there's a lot of different types of products, from just LED replacement bulbs to aftermarket lights that you can install on your vehicle, and they all serve kind of different purposes. And one of the things that I want to talk about, let's start with the bulbs. So they have something called kelvins, right? The temperature. So basically, you can see here, this one is a 6000 K. And a lot of people are like, well, you know, I want like white lights, yellow lights, I want something like bluish. There's even on like the Fast and Furious, you know, performance racing world, there's even like purple bulbs that were kind of like in fashion for some time. But anyway, if you want like a white light, somewhere between 6000 and 8000 K, and K is actually for Kelvin. It's actually the temperature of the bulb. And then something you want to consider when looking at bulbs is that you have to know the socket type. So aside from this 1000 number, which is the Kelvin temperature that we went over, there's also like 9004, 9006, H3, H14, and I'm going to show you what that actually looks like. So in these bulbs, you're going to see this mounting bracket right here on the bulb, right? And basically that's what marries the bulb into the housing. So it's very, very important when you are looking to purchase aftermarket bulbs for your vehicle that you know what the bulb type is. There's a lot of different product guides online that will tell you what that bulb is, but if you're international, you can't find, you know, online what vehicle, what application, what bulb type your vehicle is. If you take your bulb out, it'll actually say on the bulb what type of mounting it is. PIA not only makes bulbs for vehicles, it also makes bulbs for ATVs and all kinds of applications. And we want to share with you a video of PIA bulbs and PIA aftermarket lights being used. So wasn't that an incredible video? I mean, you could tell how important it is to have good or important lighting when you're out there, because otherwise you might, you know, run into a situation where you don't know where the trail turns, or You know, so we saw there UTV being used by PIA, and then also when it comes to the Jeep world or the truck world, we find the aftermarket lights that we have here. We have a 2x2 square aftermarket light. We have light bars. This one right here is the 10-inch, and then here we have one of the most iconic round aftermarket lights. PIA has been in business since 1963. It's actually a Japanese company. And actually, I remember being very young and seeing one of the earlier versions of what used to look like this, which is, you know, the little grill. And as a kid, it always impacted me. I'm like, oh my God, it's got a grill. It probably, like, you know, can withstand all kinds of dust and dirt and rocks and all that stuff. And it really is. PIA is one of the most quality-focused companies in the aftermarket world. There are a lot of companies that focus on early product development and making sure that they're first to market. And one of the reasons why PIA took so long to come out with an LED light bar is because they spent many, many years doing engineering and really understanding what consumers wanted. And if you notice, this light bar looks completely different from any other light bar that is out there in the market right now. So I'm toggling back and forth because I forgot to explain to you guys that there's actually two kinds of different bulbs that we have here today. We have the Platinum and we have the G3. And honestly, the main difference between these two is going to be the output of light. So also there's quite a bit of price difference on them. They are available in the form of individual bulbs or in pairs. So right here, these bigger boxes are going to be the pairs. But they're available in all kinds of applications. So these are not bulbs that you're going to say, oh, this is for your Jeep or this is for your Tacoma. Like I said, these are going to be sold by bulb type. So, you know, it's going to be like H4 or H13. And they're going to come with everything that you need. Because you are switching from a halogen bulb to an LED bulb, you are going to need this little box right here. It's going to be called a ballast. So basically this connection is going to plug and play with your vehicle connection. This is going to fit right into the headlight housing or the fog light housing, wherever you're installing it. And this little box right here, the LED controller, is going to regulate the amount of power that gets into the bulb so that it compensates for the fact that the LED bulb consumes less power. So let's see what PIA has to say a little bit about this. That I noticed there on the video was the fact that a lot of the fog lights had the yellower tint versus what people want to usually see on their vehicles, which is the white light. And the reason is because if you guys have the opportunity to drive in a dusty environment or even in like heavy rain, you're going to see that the white light actually creates like a wall. You know, it doesn't, you know, kind of sneak its way through dust or rain or snow. So that's why fog lights, in some applications, people prefer the yellow bulb, because the yellow bulb actually gives you better lighting when you have these types of environments. So usually on a clear, non-dusty, you know, road, or even that video that we saw of the racer going through the rocks, that it wasn't raining, it wasn't very extremely dusty, you're going to see the white light gives you a better range of light. But you want to be mindful of where you're going to be driving when you change out your bulbs, to make sure that you don't run into a situation where you're actually not getting the amount of light output that you want. Talking about light output, I want to talk about, again, going back to the aftermarket lights. It's the fact of the spot beam versus driving beam. And the best way that I could probably explain this to you is that if you imagine that there's like somewhere in the distance you see a dot, right, that you want to see. Maybe imagine that it's a house that's very, very far away. It's something that's not moving. We call that your spotlights. So you want the light to be headed down towards a specific spot, right? So you're going to get better distance from a spot beam, but you're not going to get too much range on the sides. All right? So if you are looking for, you know, an aftermarket light that you want it to reach very far, you want to look for something that's a spot beam. If you want to be constantly driving and making sure that you see the trees around you and whatever's around you, you want to look for something called like a wider beam or a driving beam. And then a lot of different lights, you're actually going to see that, you see how this glass here is completely clear? You might see some that are like shaded, and usually that gives you like an indication that's a driving beam versus a spot beam. But check out this video from Pia that tells you a little bit more about how the light spreads on different terrains, on different roads. Guys, you saw Forerunner is equipped with a bunch of different products from Pia, and that's the beauty of going and really understanding what you want out of your rig. You know, like, are you building it for overlanding? Are you building it for towing your boat and make sure you want to have like rear lights so that when you're pulling the boat out of the marina, you are able to see, you know, around you. So usually when we're talking about lights, it's something that it needs to serve a purpose, and it needs to serve whatever purpose you're looking for out of your rig. So I'm going to switch back to Spanish just in case. I want to make sure this message gets across to everybody that's watching. Una de las cosas más importantes que vemos en el tema de iluminación es el hecho de que tienen que servir un propósito. O sea, no queremos comprar una luz simplemente porque sea como un adorno para nuestro vehículo. Estas luces, en el caso de Pia, tienen muchísimo ingeniería, muchísimo desarrollo, calidad, y queremos asegurarnos de que para el uso que se le esté dando al faro es lo que ustedes necesitan. No queremos simplemente un faro para que se vea bonito. Entonces hablamos del tema de que el patrón de luz puede ser profundidad o puede ser de expansión, y queremos asegurarnos de que nos comuniquen qué uso le van a dar a los faros. En el caso de los bombillos es lo mismo. Si queremos un bombillo blanco y ustedes van a manejar en condiciones donde haya mucho polvo, donde llueva mucho, la luz blanca tiende a ser una pared que no permite pasar la iluminación. Entonces queremos asegurarnos de que sepamos más o menos cuál es el uso que ustedes le van a dar a su vehículo, y Pia tiene un rango bastante amplio de faros cuadrados, faros redondos, barras LED, bombillos, y realmente el tema es que los productos que ustedes le agreguen al vehículo siempre le sumen, no le resten, no sea algo que se vuelva a convertir en un problema. Vemos muchos casos donde de repente por cuestiones de presupuesto, clientes colocan productos que sean de calidad inferior. Y bueno, mira, hemos visto casos de vehículos que han agarrado fuego por temas de electricidad. O sea, estamos hablando de que puede convertirse en un problema bastante serio en caso de que el producto no tenga la calidad que debería de tener. Estamos hablando de que nuestras camionetas no solamente se vuelven un vehículo, sino es una extensión de nuestra supervivencia en ciertos viajes. Entonces queremos asegurarnos de que nuestro vehículo siempre esté en condiciones óptimas y que los productos que nosotros le agreguemos a los vehículos estén en condiciones óptimas. Entonces, en este caso, estamos hablando de los bombillos LED. Les comentaba en inglés que para la conexión del bombillo, si ustedes no saben qué tipo de bombillo utiliza su vehículo, es muy fácil, el bombillo lo dice. En caso de que no logren conseguir en internet una lista de aplicación donde su vehículo salga, porque puede ser que sea un vehículo internacional como la Hilux o la Fortuner, si ustedes con solamente sacar el bombillo van a poder verlo. PIA tiene un rango de bombillos increíble, prácticamente no existe un bombillo que PIA no haga. Y bueno, PIA ha sido una marca que tiene desde 1963, entonces hemos tenido la oportunidad de trabajar con ellos y ver realmente que ellos, como quien dice, querían sacar un producto para competir con el producto que estaba invadiendo el mercado de iluminación. Y esta fue la respuesta de PIA, el bombillo Platinum. Es un bombillo que no es extremadamente costoso y es un bombillo que a la final cumple lo que la cliente está buscando, que es reemplazar los bombillos originales por un bombillo que realmente alumbre. Es un bombillo que tiene 1 año de garantía y, como les explico, es de excelente marca. Estamos aquí ya casi terminando la cuarentena, estamos haciendo los lives desde la casa todavía, pero estamos aquí para contestarles las preguntas. Pero abril, ahorita que pasó, es un mes que era muy importante para nosotros porque se pasaba un evento que se llama Jeep Beach, y la verdad que es un evento súper divertido para los que han podido participar. Y bueno, estamos esperando que en septiembre podamos tener el evento nuevamente, y les quiero compartir un video que ha producido nuestro equipo de media.
Welcome to Daytona International Speedway.
So we're here at Roco finishing 2 of the 3 Jeeps that we're taking to Jeep Beach. This time we're not gonna have a booth. We're gonna be working with Alpine. We are taking over $100,000 worth of inventory to sell at the Jeep Beach. And we still have a car without suspension, tires, arms, everything, as you can see. I'm helping Chenlai because, you know, I'm the expert. Honestly, I don't know how we're gonna get this Jeep finished on time, especially if I'm doing this video right now.
Yeah.
Welcome to Daytona International Speedway.
Alpine. We're doing a lot of show specials. It's a great day to be at the Daytona Speedway.
This is the first install of 100 we're gonna do today.
We're gonna walk around the show right now and we're gonna see all the cool builds that other people have. We're here with Anthony. He's going to explain something very cool for the JL.
How's it going? This is the flash cowl for JL. You can adjust tire size, gear ratio, disable auto start stop.
So as you know, we just changed the axles on my JL. We put Dana 60s, and we're actually using a super chips. So if you need to know how we did it, give us a call. We're here at the BF Goodrich booth. It's a very familiar setup. Crawlers and race line. You know, we only use the best. We're here at the CatSkin booth, and Doug is gonna tell us more about the product.
Hey, good morning, how are you? Really, I'm gonna walk over to this seat right here and start talking about this in particular. So this is a 2018-2019 Jeep Wrangler seat. Realize this seat started its life in cloth. And there's a lot of folks out there that find the perfect Jeep, but maybe it's got cloth interior and they really want leather, or they want to put their own custom touches on it. So this is a great way to see how someone has put their custom touch to it. If you want to take a moment and look over here, this is something that we did on the JK model. This in particular is one of our Amaretto interiors. That's the name of the color. It's a very popular color. It's a very Jeep earth tony color. Probably next to black, probably one of our most popular colors on the Jeep lineup.
Yeah. We are at the Spiderweb shade booth. As you know, it's the official shade for Jeep Beach 2019.
Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Trouble.
Hey, so what do you have new for the JL? Tell us about it.
Woo! We have a brand new JL right here. We just put 60s, 39s, and a brand new shade. Let me show you. The shade will come with metal attachment points. Looks pretty fancy in your Jeep. And it goes right on top. You can put your soft top, hard top right over it. You drive the JL all over the beach and you don't get sunburned. Get it now before you get sunburned, and then you'll regret it.
Roco4x4, baby! Here at the Sprintech Supercharger booth. Oh, we've got the new JL Supercharger here. Showing people. It's kind of secret squirrel. It's not out yet. We're giving people a little taste. We actually took it out of the test mule JL. We've got about 10,000 miles test on it. Supercharger's right here. Yeah, so this is the new JL Supercharger. And we're gonna have this out in a very short amount of time. So if you have a JL, you want this. You may not know you want it, but you want it.
Wow, just watching that Jeep Beach video is like, man, it makes me want to be in Daytona right now. Well, but I think this effort that globally all of us have made, as a generation, I think that it's the first time that the world comes together to fight something like this. So I can't wait to get back out there, but we will try to keep this tradition and keep educating you guys and keep showing you products, and just let us know what you want to see from us. We are very excited to start this new series for you guys, so let us know what you want, and we'll make it happen. Have a great night, stay safe, and hope to see you